The trial of an accused child killer is now underway. It has been 8 years since Maribel Gonzalez was murdered. Her body was found back in 2014, just days after she was reported missing by her family. Pima County Sheriff's deputies located her remains in a remote area of Era Valley. Maribel was the first one reported as a runaway. The connection to Clements was made in 2017 when he showed authorities where the remains of another missing girl were buried, Isabel Celis. She disappeared in 2012. Maribel's remains were found in the same area. The DNA linked Clements to the case. He was indicted for both murders in 2018. The Celis murder will not be mentioned in this trial, but Clements faces a second murder trial for that case coming up in February. Clements is facing charges in the killing of Maribel Gonzalez, as we mentioned, 8 years after her murder. Opening statements began today, and News 4 Tucson's Lupita Murillo was inside that courtroom all day. She joins us now live from Superior Court with the very latest on the proceedings. Lupita.
Sean, court has ended for the day, and the jury spent most of the morning listening to jury instructions as well as to opening statements. There are 9 women and 7 men on this jury. Pima County Attorney Tracy Miller told the court they will hear evidence that puts Christopher Clements in the area of Avra Valley and Trico Roads, where Maribel's remains were found. She also mentioned DNA was found on Maribel's hair, and it matches Clements' DNA. Also, a search warrant of his cell phone and computer called My Secret App showed hundreds of pictures of children and young girls scantily dressed. The prosecutor went on to talk about Clements' cell phone and how it was tracked to the area during the time frame when the girl disappeared and was later found. Defense attorney Joseph D. Roberto says that he has expert witnesses that disagree with all that evidence. He says there are no witnesses to prove that his client kidnapped or murdered Maribel Gonzalez. He went on to say the 13-year-old girl had a history of running away, drinking, smoking, and spending the night with older men, that the mother and grandmother could not control the girl, and the father enabled her by buying her expensive gifts. The judge later ruled the defense can't bring up her past behavior because her character is not on trial. Now, coming up at 6 o'clock, the state calls several witnesses, and they're all from the Pima County Sheriff's Department. We'll have that coming up at 6. Reporting live from the Superior Courts building, Lupita Murillo, News 4 Tucson.